Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to continue making the Shape Kids. And today we are making Heather Hart. She's the first one I ever drew, and hope you like her. Okay, let's get into it. First things first, we need pink paper and white paper, which the back of my pink paper is white. I'm gonna use that. And we're gonna need some red paper, or if you have like little red ribbons, that would work too. And I'm using a cookie cutter to make the heart, but you can use whatever you want. You can even draw it out yourself, whatever. And I'm also going to use a circle for her eyes, but again, you can do it whatever. We need a pencil and various markers and pens. Of course, scissors, glue. I am going to be using hot glue, but you don't have to. It's totally optional. We need black yarn and brown yarn. So, first things first, let's trace out Heather, or at least her body. So yeah, she was the first of the Shape Kids I ever drew when I was like 8 or something. And therefore she is the oldest of the kids. So she's kind of like a teenager in this world. So in my recent redraw of them, I gave her more teenage features, like she actually has eyelids and eyelashes, and she looks more like she's wearing like lipstick or something, because she's a teenager. So we have a heart. All you gotta just cut that out. I know you guys don't want to watch me cut it out, so I'll cut it out off camera. And on this little scrap of paper, I'm gonna trace out 2 circles, which are going to be her pretty brown eyes, because she has very lovely brown eyes. I'm gonna trace these out. Actually, all of my stencils are cookie cutters, because I have a rather large cookie cutter collection, and I don't use them for cookies, which is really sad, because cookies are amazing. But I use them in art, and that works too. So we got our eyes, and on the same paper, actually, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm not gonna do her bows yet. I'm gonna cut all of this out. I'm gonna draw her little oval hands and her little shoes, and I will be right back. Her eyes are on. I have to draw her eyes in, the details and stuff, but that's easy. So next thing I did, I cut out 2 little ovals for her hands, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue them onto this yarn that I did a chain stitch. I think that's what it's called. And I did 11 stitches for each arm and each leg. So you want to take a little bit of your hot glue, put it on your hand, stick it on the arm. Hands go on arms. Self-explanatory, right? So just take a little bit of hot glue. Be very careful. We don't want any burns. And put the arm down. And what I like to do is after I get it stuck into the hot glue kind of squishes out the sides. So I take a manicure stick and I use that to kind of bring the hot glue up over the yarn, so it kind of like forms a hot glue cocoon around the yarn. And then when the hot glue is cool or dry, I think it's cool because it doesn't really, and then you can cut off the little tail tail of the yarn that's sticking out of the hot glue. That's just what I do. If you have another way of doing it, do it however you want to do it. That's just what I do. Let me get her other one here. And I'm not actually going to stick these onto the body yet because I still have to do some drawing on the body and I don't want the little lumps underneath to affect that in any way, because it might. Okay. And I did the same thing with her feet. You can see it on the back of the foot. It's cocooned in hot glue. So kind of, and then once it's cool, which this one is, you just take it, and I have a small pair of scissors, and you just take it and cut off there, and there's her leg with her foot in her awesome pink shoe. So there's that. Now, the way I would have done this when I was younger was I take the eye, I'd go around the eye and I just put a dot in the middle, kind of like Rick and Morty eyes. But I'm not doing that now. She is going to get some really pretty brown eyes with some lovely eyelids and eyelashes. I'm going to use my pencil to start. Is going to start by drawing the eyelids in, because the eyelids, since they cover up part of the eye, I mean, it doesn't make sense to draw the entire iris and pupil and eye shine just to cover it up. So there's those. It's hard for you to see, I know, sorry. So, and then off of that I'll draw the rest of her eye, which is her iris and her pupil. And of course, you have to add the little eye shines in, because then it looks prettier. And she has very lovely brown eyes. How did I draw her eye shine like that? Alright, I had to look at my reference picture. Which is actually a really good thing to have when you're doing this kind of stuff, especially if it's something that, like, you're trying to copy a character or something. It's very important to have a reference picture so you get it right. Because, sometimes we forget what characters look like. I mean, I've watched How to Train Your Dragon, I don't know how many times, but don't even ask me to draw Toothless. Because I'm like, what does that cute little dragon look like? I don't know. No idea. You don't know what, it's a mystery of the artist's world. You could, like these, I've literally been drawing these all my life, pretty much. But I still need a reference picture. Mostly because I just redesigned them, so I need a reference picture to know what they look like now. So, okay, I have her eyes drawn in. Hopefully you can see that. I'm gonna go over it with, pen, color in her eyes, and I'll do that off camera because I know it's so fun watching me color. So I'm gonna draw her smile, and in the picture, wrong picture. There we go. In the picture, I kind of gave her little, like, cheeks, little blushy cheeks, and I gave her, like, lipstick type thing. So I might do that now. Even though they're still changing and evolving even now as I'm doing them again. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna use pencil first. Don't want to mess this up. Okay, so it's kind of, she has a cute little smile. That. See, right now she kind of looks like the strawberry from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Sort of. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't know. So let's give her her little smile. And her lips are simple. Just like a little oval in the middle of the smile. Her little like football shape. American football shape. And there's her lips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some outlining, finish up her eyes, finish up her mouth, glue on her legs and arms, and we will be back to do her hair, which is very important. So, here she is. Now, right now she doesn't look much like a girl, but we're going to give her her beautiful pigtails and some nice pretty bows and probably some eyelashes, because I'm going to do eyelashes right now. I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to give her some eyelashes because she's a girl. You know, you got to get the eyelashes going. So I'm going to give her 5 on each eye. And I might have to come in later and do a little touch-ups where the cutout part needs to kind of skips over a little bit, you know, whatever. So now she has eyelashes. Now she looks like a very pretty girl. So, okay, to give her hair, we're going to take some yarn. And I just pulled out a bunch. I don't know how much I'm going to need. And what I'm going to do is kind of how you make tassels, if you've ever done that. You just take it and you double it up. And I'm going to cut that because each one of these halves is going to be a pigtail. And when I was making these, I always thought she was like the girly girl, you know, she'd be into like the makeup and the hair being all awesome, and if they had eyebrows, they would be on fleek, you know. But, you know, she doesn't have eyebrows because, and again, she's anthropomorphic shape or whatever that word is. Pretty sure that was a word. I don't know. So, okay, back to something I do know how to do, which is random things. So I doubled it. I'm going to double it again. And again. And again. One more time. Actually, no. I'm going to keep it like this. So I doubled it. So now there are 8 strands in this. And I'm leaving it a little long so that, you know, I can dictate the length of her pigtails when they're glued on. And thing with this, it is going to make a pretty decent like lump on the back of her head / body. But so basically this knot is what you hot glue on. So that's going to be one pigtail. I'll figure out the length of her pigtails after I get them on her body. So let me just put this second one together real quick. But yeah, I used to write little stories about these characters, little comic strips. I kind of wish I still had that notebook, but of course that was a long time ago. I'm not 9 anymore. But I had like a notebook full of stories about these characters, and I loved them. I would draw them constantly, and I'm pretty sure I annoyed all my friends talking about them and drawing them and stuff. And if any of you are watching out there, I apologize, because I'm pretty sure I was rather annoying. But I just love these characters, and I still do. And I love the redraw I did of them, and I like it. So, okay. Here's your next pigtail. And I'm just basically going to glue these on each side of her, the heart top, like right. It's going to be like glued on like right here. Come down. Let me do that real quick. Same basic idea with the glue. I might not do the cocoon technique here, because it's a knot. It's a full up knot. So I don't know. Yeah, what I might do though is I might like take some glue and like put it over. That's what I'm gonna do. Not too much, but enough that I can like make it drip down and kind of meet the bottom glue. So it does kind of do the cocoon thing, but just a different way. I don't know if I'm going to be cutting the excess off of this, just because there's a lot to cut, and I don't want to cut the wrong thing. So I'm going to do the other side. Then we're going to give her a little hair trim. Because right now, if I left her pigtails the length they are now, they'd be dragging on the floor when she walked. She could have some dirty hair. And she'd probably be tripping all over the place. Which we don't want that. And you don't want to trip over your own hair. It's kind of embarrassing. Ow, ow. Hot glue! It's hot. That actually just got on my nail and and the heat went through to my finger. That was not fun. Careful with hot glue, kiddos. It hurts. So let's get this kind of molded around this knot. Keep it kind of. And with the yarn, it'll kind of like soak into the fibers of the yarn. It's pretty cool. Got some on my stick. So, let that dry. Or cool. Hot glue cools. So yeah, Heather was more of like the girly girl of the group. But she wasn't, I mean, she was smart too. I mean, she wasn't like, oh my god, makeup, hair. You know, she wasn't that kind of she was smart. Or she is smart. They're still, but, yeah, she was just, I don't know what I'm saying, so forgive me, my mind is rambling. Because this is taking a while to dry, because there's a lot of hot glue on there, so it's taking a while to dry. So I'm just going to tell you what we're going to do for her bows. I have these little pom-poms, and I'm going to put 2 pom-poms together. Actually, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to glue her bows together while her hair's drying. Serious salon day for Heather right now. So, just glue 2 pom-poms together, and there's a bow. At least that's how her bow is going to look. I'll do the same with these ones. I know I've probably said this in every episode, and I'm probably going to say it in the other episodes coming up, but you don't have to do the Shape Kids if you don't want to. I mean, this is just me doing something that I want to do, but because, you know, these are my characters and I feel really, really strongly about them. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. I mean, you could do whatever character you want. You can make up your own character. You can, you know, this is just showing you, you know, ways of doing it and making an excuse for me to make them. So, okay. After that, here's her pigtails. Now, she needs a haircut. Big time. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to like make it so it kind of comes down to the little point of her heart. That sounds very bad. Point of your heart. But you know what I mean. It's her body, her heart. Okay, still sounds weird. So okay, that's a little better. It's a little more reasonable. She still has awesome hair. And if you want to make it like like curly hair, like really curly, you can unravel the yarn and it'll make like super curly hair. Don't know if I'm gonna do that yet. Don't think so. So now that her hair is looking good, she still needs her bows. Girl gotta have her bows, says the girl who's actually not wearing one today, which is weird because I usually do. So to do that, we're just gonna hot glue the bows right onto the hair. Don't do this in real life. This will be very bad if you do this in real life. You will not be having a good day. You will not be looking cute. It would hurt. You probably have to get your hair cut off. So, no hot gluing bows onto your hair. Save it for your art project. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool down and dry. And I will be back when it's done to show you the finished product. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like to introduce you to my friend, Heather. Here she is, all done. She's got her pretty little hair. And she is all ready for another day in Miss Oval's class. Yeah, she's awesome. So if you like her, let me know by hitting that like button down there somewhere. If you want to see other Shape Kids projects, I have an entire playlist. And I'm probably going to be adding to it. Most likely I have more kids. And if I have other projects, and I keep coming up with cool, crazy projects, so subscribe, please. That would be awesome. And as always, my name is Sarah, and I am the Awkward Artist. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you later.